This is a whole holiday feast in one oven.
Just picking up everything. So many turkeys for Thanksgiving leftovers.
With just one oven juggling all those holiday dishes, that can be overwhelming.
Here's some tips to get the most out of your oven for holiday cooking. I'm at one of my favorite stores, the restaurant supply store, because they literally have everything for cooking, entertaining. There's so many options here.
The key is timing and to scale down. I like to start with some simple planning, listing out what I'm cooking, how long it needs to cook, and what temperature it needs to go to. Now, all your meal information is in one place and you can plan out the choreography for the oven. If you're hosting a more intimate gathering, think smaller portions like just a turkey breast versus roasting a whole turkey.
I've never seen a shallow baking dish. I kind of like that. Well, I kind of like the ones with the lid. I love a container that you can cook in that comes with a lid too. Makes storage and transporting so easy. Can you hold this? I'm gonna go grab a cart. Thank you.
That oven real estate is valuable. Instead of the big pans, go for loaf pans or small casserole dishes. And make cleanup easy by using liners or parchment paper.
It used to be bread, and now it's dressing in a loaf pan. If you're making a larger portion of a recipe, separate it out into 2 dishes, bake one now, and then bake the other one later.
And if you don't have enough loaf pans, just go ahead and pick up those affordable ones at the grocery store.
Not everything goes in at the same time. Add them in the sequence of the time that they take to bake. With multiple dishes in the oven, keep your temperature kind of moderate, between 350 and 375. And of course, you can adjust this according to your recipes.
Ovens tend to have hot spots, so you might want to rotate your dishes around throughout the cooking.
This is perfect. Everything fits in there great. I feel like I could add 1 or 2 more dishes.
Alexa, set 30-minute timer for mac and cheese. Be sure to set plenty of timers and keep an eye on each dish as it cooks. It's gonna be a symphony from Alexa in a little bit. It's about like, your mac and cheese is ready, your ham's ready. What about the green beans?
And you can really reduce that holiday stress by making some recipes ahead and simply just reheating them right before dinner. And if I'm keeping those dishes warm, I just like to set the temperature a little lower, like 250, 275.
A whole feast with one oven just takes a little planning and preparation.
Oh, I think this is the section I'm looking for. All the to-go containers. 8 cents. And there's so many sizes, so many options. Those have plastic lids. We don't want the plastics come after us.
There's a bunch of people getting stuff with their food trucks and stuff, and here I am just preparing for a family dinner. I love sharing a meal with family, but leftovers, they're pretty great too.
Here's how to share the bounty from your holiday meal. Part of meal planning should be planning for what's left over as well. When dinner's over, there's no need to hand out your good storageware. To help with cleanup, let everybody pack up their own to-go box. I like to have a variety of options for my dinner guests. Deli containers are great for small portions. It doesn't have the lines from the can. Was it even cranberry? Holiday tradition. You gotta have the canned cranberry jelly. Paper cups you can pick up from restaurant supply stores or online. A little gravy to go. Oven-safe containers are great for transportation, and when you want to reheat, just pop it in the oven. Traditional to-go or meal prep containers are great for the microwavers. A big stack of containers like this was really affordable, and I have some options for my guests whenever they come by for dinner. And there are plenty of sustainable options like these compostable containers. And set out that marker so people can label their meals. Just like my favorite to-go spot.
This is one of my favorite places. It's a fusion of Chinese and Mexican food. And I love that it comes in these little to-go containers.
Some good leftover research. So good, so many unique flavors. And comes with a cookie.
So I did a video on spatchcocking turkey, and it literally cuts the cooking time in like half.
So let's check out some of the comments. There's a thing called seasoning dudes. So here's the thing with turkey. Spices tend to burn. You just get like not the greatest flavor out of your spices on the turkey if you add them too early. I basted it with an herb butter, the last bit of cooking, crispy skin, extra flavor, no burnt spices. Don't forget to save the turkey spine for soup or roasting. Perfect, roast that separately, and then yeah, cover it with some water, maybe some mirepoix like onions, carrots, celery, that kind of thing, some peppercorns, cover that with water. You got a great turkey stock. And that's usually what I do to make gravy. So you make the turkey stock and then you make gravy. That's if you're super ambitious.
This is the grocery list you didn't know you needed. Especially during hectic holidays, sometimes I realize I don't have the right ingredient.
Here are some common and effective ingredient swaps. If you run out of eggs for baking, try applesauce or aquafaba. It's actually just the liquid from garbanzo beans. 'Tis the season, even a little canned pumpkin can replace eggs in baking. If you need heavy cream, just add a little melted butter to regular milk. And if you need buttermilk, just add an acid like lemon or vinegar. If you don't have heavy cream, try coconut or even unsweetened coconut cream and it's a dairy alternative. While butter's always better, coconut oil or olive oil can do the trick too. Lemons and limes can add some brightness and citrus to your recipes, but a little vinegar or orange juice can do the same trick.
Mayo, sour cream, and plain Greek yogurt can be interchangeable. They add nice tang and creaminess.
Out of breadcrumb, you just need some stale bread. If it's fresh bread, dry it out in the oven for a little bit, and then pulse it to the right texture, either coarse or fine. That's about coarse breadcrumb, nice and fluffy. And nice fine breadcrumb.
This could save you a trip to the grocery store. How would they know? They're never gonna know.
Here's what's funny about how stores roll out products. I'm looking for Thanksgiving decor. It's like we skip over Thanksgiving to go right to Christmas. And while I love all that, I need specific Thanksgiving decor. And it's like very hard to find because everything's Christmas. So here we go, on the hunt for some Thanksgiving decor amongst the sea of winter wonderland. Never fear, the Beyonce Knowles book is still available. Bad girls throughout history. Currently not looking for Thanksgiving items, but finding a cat butt book. I guess I'm working on stocking stuffers and white elephant gifts, and this is a good one. It's time for a redemption. Several vlogs ago, I promised a exotic chip taste test. Numb and spicy hot pot flavor. Okay, we have to try these. Roasted garlic oyster flavor. Yes, we're doing this. Wacky chip flavor taste test. We're gonna do it. We never did it. So we're really gonna do it this time. Here we go. There's a small little section devoted to what I'm looking for. Oh, look at my beautiful pie. Serve my mashed potatoes out of there. Basically, I'm looking for an empty cornucopia, but this one's full. I don't even really like this one. But this is kind of cute. Is that a rat or a moose or what kind of creature is that? We'll go with mouse. I would never call a trip to World Market a waste of time. I had a great time, but it was kind of a distraction because I spent most of my time looking for treats. Extra hot instead of the Thanksgiving decor I was looking for, but I did realize where I needed to go. The craft store! So now I'm headed there. This basket is the most important addition to your bathroom, besides toilet paper.
Holidays mean indulging, which can lead to upset tummies.
This is my stomach remedy basket. I'm here because I'm looking for some medicine, some remedies to keep on hand for my next family gathering. And I think I found it just down this aisle. This is everything you need to get through the holidays without stress. Wait, wrong aisle. This is not what I meant. This is what we're going after.
Whether I'm traveling or at home, I like to be prepared, and that includes all the stomach aids. From good old Pepto to gas relief.
This is what I love. Usually when I look at the store brand and the name brand one, I just compare the ingredients. It's exactly the same. Definitely gonna pick up some Tums.
A classic. And even this stuff, which can help you process that dairy.
Now these aren't meant to all take together. It's just meant to have some options available for all my guests. If I've got family and friends coming over, especially for the holidays, I like to lay everything out in a nice basket with everything inside.
Then guests can just discreetly use what they need for their ailment. I like chewable options. They're easier for you and your guest.
If you're concerned about any kiddos running around, make sure they know this isn't candy and keep it out of their reach.
This is great for your guests. They don't need to ask you or rummage through your medicine cabinet. I like hydration packs if you're dehydrated or maybe too hydrated. After a big meal and plenty of dessert, this can come in real handy. For stress relief, I like natural options like a mushroom powder. What a true cornucopia of stomach relief. Hey, nobody talks about it, I'm gonna talk about it. The holidays can wreak havoc on your stomach. Let me tell ya. Especially that mac and cheese, the ice cream, the pie. Oh, it's so good. I'm gonna need a Tums afterwards. If you already have some of these options, check your expiration dates. It might be time to replace and refill.
I walked through the door so optimistic and all I see is red, green, and white. This is all giving, not Thanksgiving. Because all this is not giving thanks. Just my luck. All of the fall decor is currently 60% off. If they even have what I'm looking for. How quickly we just dismiss the current holiday we're in. Thanksgiving who? Never heard of her. Look, they have Christmas Wonderland. It's an ice skating snowman, and I don't know why this tree is skating, or the lamp. Okay, maybe they don't skate. Just the people skate. Calvin right here fell down. Classic Calvin. There's Jenny just skating backwards like she does. I love these so much. I'm gonna find a way to do an episode where we just make a Christmas village. The North Pole mailroom.
One of my family's traditions is to remix holiday leftovers, and today I'm making a sandwich.
I'll take home roasted turkey when I can get it, but the deli's my go-to the rest of the year. Oven roast turkey, that's what we're after. And ask the deli to give you thick slices. Thank you so much. I just got a wild idea to do like
A Thanksgiving breakfast bagel sandwich? Oh, these are keto bagels. Why not try a keto bagel and make a Thanksgiving breakfast sandwich out of it? If I'm making this up for a crowd, I'll go with some French bread. And I even found these bagels that look awesome. Bagel sandwiches, so good. Get a little toast on that. And then I'm gonna mix up some cranberry mayo. I want it well combined, not chunky. And when I'm making a bagel sandwich, I'll do a cranberry cream cheese. Now we just build. Sweet, savory, tangy. It's a lot of flavor for such a simple sandwich. Little stuffing. There is something so good about that carbs on carbs thing. Just a little gravy for extra moisture. Now we're gonna layer on that thick turkey. And for texture, those crispy fried onions that you usually put on green bean casserole. Not too much, a little goes a long way. This thing is full for a small and mighty sandwich. Now that's a flavor explosion. I love those flavors together. It's so simple, but it's so good. This is the holidays. One of my favorite sandwiches growing up was a turkey cranberry sandwich from a little deli that was by my school. It was so, so good. And this tastes just like it, just with that added savoriness of the cranberry. The little sandwich was so good, I couldn't resist. I had to make a big one. I like to fold up my turkey just for extra layers. We can't forget the crunchies. It's sandwich season. I need a big sandwich. I need a big sandwich. Now that's a holiday feast. All right, sandwich one down. Sandwich two, how do I even take a bite of this? Here we go. Ooh. Stuffing down. Should it be like wine tasting where you go from like light to dark, less extreme to most extreme? Kind of just tastes like regular barbecue chips, but the texture of the chip is way different. Very crispy and light and airy. This one's got an interesting smell, like very like roasty. Yeah. This one's got an interesting flavor, like very savory. I don't taste lamb, I taste a little bit of cumin, but just mainly like super savory flavor. I don't know if I like that. It's for someone, maybe not me. Ooh, the fried crab smells like the Pacific Ocean. Specifically, not the Atlantic. That's fishy. And I love seafood. Just maybe not this chip. It's kind of like sweet and fishy. I don't know if that's a good thing. Oh, these smell shrimpy. It is like a shrimp Cheeto. That's actually kind of delightful. It's really puffy, kind of like a rice cereal or like a Cheetos puff. These might be my favorite of the bunch. Oh boy, what should I do with these leftovers? Let's get festive with some holiday calzones. On today's episode of Will It Pizza, we're doing holiday leftovers, but in a calzone. I feel like I've been on a real pizza kick lately, putting anything and everything in or on pizza dough. This is just some store-bought pizza dough. Since I'm making some pretty small calzones, I'm gonna just divide it in 4 and roll them out. I want that calzone pretty thin, so roll that dough out into 8 or 9-inch circle maybe. What's awesome about this is it's pretty easy too. I'm gonna just get right in there with my fingers and some stuffing, a little diced up turkey. Really, any of your leftovers go here. I'm gonna do a small bit of gravy just for some added flavor and moisture on the inside. Fold that over and crimp it. Usually calzones, you'll wanna just do a little braiding, twisting the bottom up over the top. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be pretty. The good thing about baked goods is it'll cook up nice and pretty. Just brushing a little oil on here. Little calzone number 1. I'm just gonna make up the rest. Roll it out, fill it up, fold it up. I usually put ham in my mac and cheese, not like when I'm cooking it, but usually I mix the two together anyways, so I think this will be perfect. Whoa, a little full. Just reminded myself of one of the calzone rules. Don't fill it up too much. A hefty portion. I'm just having the most therapeutic time just rolling these out. I just saw a meme that was so funny. If I had to stir something, it was homemade. Even though I make a lot from scratch, I feel that sometimes. If I had to roll it out, I made the pizza from scratch. Semi-homemade is still homemade. And I love anything customizable, anything where people can make their own individual portion. All you need is pizza dough, and everyone can put in their own toppings. Last one, we're gonna go ultimate meat lovers. Why not?
Ham and turkey with a little mac and cheese. We're just gonna do it all in this one. This one's gonna be the mega one. Holiday meals for me is everything on one plate and you kind of mix up all the bites together. Everything goes in a holiday meal. I'm gonna brush these with a little olive oil, just help shine them up, get nice and crispy and brown on the outside. If this was a pastry dough, you usually do an egg wash. This is a pizza dough, so I'm just using some olive oil. Just need a little vent, so I'm just gonna poke a little hole in the top. This will just help that steam escape. This is where you can maybe do 3 holes on one or 2 holes. Make it a little different so you know which one's which. Oven's at 450. I'm gonna check on these in 15 minutes. These baked up beautifully. We got a leaker over here, juicy one. Give this a few minutes before digging in, and I like to serve it with gravy and cranberry on the side. A homemade holiday pizza pocket. God, it's so hot. Put gravy on anything, and I'm there. How to brine. See, that's the other half of that video, how to brine the turkey. There's also brine bags, giant Ziploc bags. Actually, that's usually how I've wet brined turkeys, is in one of those giant bags. Sometimes a bucket and a cooler are hard to come by, so the dry brine bags are good because they save a little bit of space as long as you have enough fridge space to put your turkey in there. My last few years of doing this on Thanksgiving, it's been the best turkey that I've ever had. Pro tip on the hotel pans, make absolutely sure you keep refilling the water throughout the night. Okay, so this is a different video. I did different ways to keep all your food warm, borrow some crock pots, get one from a neighbor or somebody else who's coming over to your party. If you're using, Sternos, hotel pans, make sure you're replenishing that water. Once you have the meal, I would double check it again, add a little bit more water, and then that's probably about the time you want to pack up those leftovers and get them cold in the refrigerator once they've cooled down a little bit. If Mr. Rogers and Martha Stewart had a kid, if only, but I did watch a lot of Mr. Rogers and Martha Stewart growing up, so maybe that has something to do with it. That's all I found for now. Until next time, friends, happy problem solving and happy Thanksgiving.